Royal weddings are more than just ceremonies. They're global fashion moments. Every dress tells a story of power, love, and tradition stitched into silk and lace. A British princess whose gown still trends for decades. A European queen whose bold, modern designs shocked the press. And a crown princess whose glittery train left the world speechless. These weren't just outfits. They became history. So which gowns earned the place among the most beautiful ever worn? At number 12, Princess Claire of Luxembourg's wedding dress. Her bridal look was the picture of picture-perfect elegance, as the press described it. The designer of the dress was Ali Saab, and he did not disappoint. The gown was intrinsically embroidered, with floral lace and shimmering details drawing universal praise. Fashion commentators admired how the dress balanced sparkle and restraint. The silver thread embroidery provided just enough glint when she moved without overpowering the purity of the ivory silk. The modesty of the long lace. You have to agree, the sleeves combined with the modern illusional neckline hinted at a sweet spot between traditional and trendy. The results were utterly romantic as a gown that still felt royal enough and regal enough for a Luxembourgish style of princess. The wedding took place in Provence's sunlight, which made the gown's silvery threads twinkle softly, a detail noted in many magazines. Onlookers and guests were visibly struck by Claire's beauty. The local press even called her Le Ménagère Resplendissante. Hello magazine gushed that she was the picture-perfect in a stunning gown, highlighting the flowing train and veil as especially enchanting themselves. Royal fashion blogs also ranked Claire's dress highly, some calling it one of their favorite gowns for its royal charm. In the following years, Princess Claire's wedding attire has even gained a bit of a cult following among bridal enthusiasts, appreciating it for its refined romance and impeccable couture design, which turned a relatively low-key royal wedding into a truly glamorous affair. At number 11, we have Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York's wedding dress. The dress, designed by British sculptor Linka Surak, was a quintessential 1980s royal creation with a few personalized twists. Made of ivory Duchess satin, it featured a fitted bodice with structured corset waist, a large puff shoulders, and a full skirt. It's considered beautiful as the gown struck a balance between opulence and personal sentiment. Fashioned in a grand style of the era, a voluminous set of sleeves and lavish skirt, it nonetheless drew praises for its exquisite craftsmanship and symbolism. The heavy beadwork was noted for its details. Country Life highlighted the dress bespoke motifs, calling it a gown, quote, covered in heavy beading, depicting hearts, anchors, and thistles that celebrated the country's and couple's lives and heritage. The train, dramatically embroidered with the couple's initials, was seen at the time as romantic, confident as a statement with the new Duchess. Media at the time applauded Sarah's regal look. She was described as, quote, a real fairy tale bride, and even won praises from Queen Elizabeth II for the tasteful grandeur of her dress. The public loved how Fergie's joy shone through. She famously bowed and danced in the palace balcony, with the satin skirt swirling. Retrospectively, her gown is remembered as an iconic 1980s royal dress. Britain weddings noted it as widely copied in its day, and it remained admired for weaving personal touches in a show-stopping design. Next, we have Princess Victoria of Sweden's wedding dress. Experts and royal fans alike have ranked Victoria's gown among the best precisely because of its modern yet timeless perfection, with its designs and clean lines and exquisite tailoring impressing fashion critics. The Swedish royal court itself noted that, quote, with its clean lines and modern yet timeless look, it's exactly what royal wedding dresses should be like. Indeed, the dress managed to be regal without excessive ornamentation, a testament to Engshedden's understanding of Victoria's style and stature. The off-shoulder neckline was flattering and unconventional for a royal, drawing comparisons to a classic Hollywood style of elegance, while the extensive and expansive train satisfied the need for royal drama. On the day, Victoria's entrance, you could say, was breathtaking, the simplicity of her ivory satin gown highlighting her radiant style. Swedish media was thrilled that their future queen patronized a Swedish designer, and a populace adored how the gown combined Nordic simplicity with fairy tale grandeur. Internationally, fashion commenters applauded Victoria's confidence of choice. Karl Lagerfeld praised the gown for being classic, a mix of between edgy fashion and tradition, all in a very British way, even likening its lace details to Grace Kelly's dress. In the years since, Victoria's bridal look continues to top royal style list. And it's remembered for its majestic simplicity and implicit cut, often cited as the blueprint for how to appear both as a modern woman and a queen. Next up, a British bride who set the global lace trend, a Spanish queen in a high-collared silver thread masterpiece, and a princess pregnant who turned Valentino into pure fairy tale. At number 9, we've got Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge's wedding dress. Kate's gown had been universally praised for combining tradition and modernity, gaining the label of beauty. It paid homage to classic royal brides, notably echoing Princess Grace of Monaco's long lace sleeves and Queen Elizabeth II's silhouette, yet it was tailored to feel contemporary and true to Kate's style. Fashion legend Karl Lagerfeld admired it as, quote, classic and goes very well in the Westminster decor. The lace is very pretty. I like the veil a lot. Likewise, as designer Antonio Maras noted that it was, quote, cleverly a mix between edgy fashion and tradition, all in a very British way, blending references to Grace Kelly and Queen Elizabeth's gown, but with a simpler, more modern way. The craftsmanship itself was impeccable, from the hand-cut lace flowers to the structure bodice, leading experts to call it timeless, the kind of gown that stands the test of time. The moment Kate stepped out of the Rolls-Royce, the world swooned. There had been much secrecy and speculation, but the reveal did not disappoint. There was an audible cheer from crowds for the demure yet effortless, elegant gown. Media reactions were overwhelmingly positive. The dress generated much comment and was very much well received, with many noting its expected influence on bridal trends. Fashion insiders praised Kate for choosing a British design house and predicted brides globally would all emulate the look. Next, we have Queen Letizia of Spain's wedding dress. Letizia's gown has often been described as regal and meticulously detailed, gaining the label one of their most successful bridal dresses. The striking high collar and lavish embroidery gave it a distinctive grandeur. Fashion experts pointed out that Pertagons took bespoke natural silk woven with silver thread and cut the dress in one continuous flow from shoulder to hem, creating a slim front silhouette that blossomed into a dramatic train. This engineering feat resulted in a gown that looked seamless and impeccably structured. The media praised the dress's nods to Spanish royal heritage, the wheat and fleur-de-lis embodying motifs symbolizing prosperity in the House of Bourbon, and its undeniable wow factor as Letizia glided onto long crimson aisle carpet. At the time, opinions were somewhat divided. Some commentators found the gown traditional to a fault, while many others were awed by its majestic elegance. Spanish publications proudly declared it as a masterpiece by Spain's then-leading designer, noting its estimated $8 million value due to its real gold thread woven in. Over the years, appreciation for Letizia's dress has only grown. It's now lauded for its timeless regal qualities and meticulous craftsmanship. In retrospect, looking back, the gown's bold silhouettes and sumptuous details firmly cemented as one of the most iconic royal wedding dresses of the 21st century, perfectly foreshadowing Letizia's reign as a stylish queen. At number 7, we have Clotilde, Princess of Venice's wedding dress. Her gown was applauded for how effortlessly it combined style and comfort for the pregnant bride. The empire line and flowing fabric meant that she looked ethereal and at ease, rather than constrained. Critics noted the gown's romantic quality, likely referring to the touches of lace and the soft, feminine draping silk. Despite the bride's advanced pregnancy, Valentino's design ensured she looked every inch a fairy tale princess without resorting to over-voluptuous camouflage. The simplicity of the silhouette, enhanced by the spectacular veil, earned praise of modern interpretation of royal bridal fashion. The wedding at Rome's Santa Maria degli Angeli attracted European aristocracy and fashion elites. All eyes were on Clotilde as she glided down the aisle, many remarking that she appeared radiant and confident, the gown highlighting her natural glow. The press, initially abuzz over the unconventional scenario, quickly shifted focus to the beautiful dress and the composure of it. In the following days, Italian and French magazines celebrated Clotilde's bridal style as a victory of elegance over expectations, proof that a maternity wedding gown could be utterly enchanting. Today, her dress is remembered as a testament to grace and maternity, a design that was true to Valentino's hallmark glamour, yet adapted cleverly for a unique royal bride, leaving a lasting impression of romance and refinement. Coming next, a Dutch queen's opulent Valentino with a sweeping train, a Norwegian crown princess redefining minimalist bridal grace, and a Belgian queen in a sculpted coat dress worthy of a skyline. Next, we have Queen Maxima of the Netherlands wedding dress. Her gown hit the perfect note of opulent but chic, as Dutch media described it. The simplicity of the design, a clean neckline and unfussy sleeves allowed the bride's radiant personality to shine, while sumptuous details such as a luxurious set of silk fabrics, refined lace inserts, and epic train all satisfied the grandeur expected of a future queen. Fashion editors praised the gown's timelessness in the cut and noted it was, quote, a stunning wedding ensemble that blended Valentino's culture of finesse with Dutch royal fashion. The slight cowl neck and slim sleeves gave the dress a modern elegance, and it set it apart from more heavily adorned gowns. The Dutch public warmly embraced Maxima, and her dress played no small part. As she appeared on the palace balcony in wintry cold, many remarked how stunning and radiant she looked. De Volkskrant, a Dutch newspaper, had anticipated the choice of Valentino and wrote that if, quote, the Netherlands will finally have a real fairy tale princess, even if only for a day, and Maxima did not disappoint. Her look was widely celebrated, then press especially loved the dramatic train in Amsterdam's Nieuwe Kerk and impeccably her fit of her gown. 2 decades later, Queen Maxima's bridal attire is still lauded as a classic and magnificent, a gown that will go down in history, as Royal Central put it officially. At number 5, we have Crown Princess Mette-Marit of Norway's wedding dress. Her gown is often hailed as a triumph of understated elegance, gaining the label of one of the most beautiful royal wedding dresses of all time, if not modern history. Its unadorned columnar shape highlighted the bride's natural beauty and poise. Critics noted that the dress, quote, takes its cues from 1896, embodying a classic purity with its clean lines and delicate draping of silk tulle over the skirt. The absence of lace or flashy decoration was a bold choice that many in the fashion press came to admire for its sincerity. It perfectly reflected Mette-Marit's own modern style. Initially, some observers had expected a more set of elaborate gowns, though they were surprised by the simplicity. But as a graceful bride proceeded down the aisle, the gown's subtle details and superb cut became apparent. Norwegian media at the time and the public grew to love the dress for its timelessness and its most ethereal quality, often comparing her look to a bygone era of more royal brides. Vogue Scandinavia later included it among the iconic Nordic royal dresses, praising for how the classicness of this dress with its silk crepe and tulle exuded quiet dignity. In hindsight, the gown's influence is clear. Its long sleeves, minimalistic style, all prefigured a trend towards simpler royal dresses in the 2000s. Mette-Marit's bridal look is remembered as graceful, genuine, and effortlessly elegant, very much in tune with her persona. Next, we have Queen Mathilde of Belgium's wedding dress. She chose a refined coat-style wedding dress by Belgian designer Eduardo van Moerlen. The ensemble, in a winter white silk crepe, features a full-length tailored coat dress with a high-standing collar, long-fitted sleeves, and a row of covered buttons down the front. Her gown was praised for its sleek architectural elegance. The structured collar and clean lines gave it a modern minimalist majesty, while the sumptuous fabric and dramatic train provided the requisite royal glamour. Belgian media loved that she championed a local designer, and Vermeulen's creation was acknowledged as the moment he became couture to the queens, given the gown's success. Fashion writers noted the dress's classic design with hidden depths, seemingly simple yet imbued with symbolism and impeccable tailoring. When Mathilde stepped out in the snow-white coat dress, crowds cheered for her understated confidence. Observers commented that the tall collar framed the bride's face beautifully, and the dramatic train on the cathedral steps made for a breathtaking scene. 20 years on, Royal Central reflected that Mathilde's wedding look had all the spectacle required of a royal wedding gown, while underlining her role as a poised future queen. Her ensemble is now fondly remembered for its timeless tailoring, a unique departure from the lace-heavy royal gowns, and the crisp, elegant style stands out distinctly, regal and sophisticated of all time, perfectly suited to ushering a new millennium of royal brides. Finally, a crown princess in a pearl-laden Valentino showpiece, a Monegasque princess in romantic Dior lace, and a Swedish queen whose sleek Dior let an heirloom veil seal the scene. At number 3, we have Crown Princess Marie Chantal of Greece's wedding dress. Marie Chantal entrusted legendary designer Valentino Garavani as her bridal gown designer, and he delivered pure magnificence at the time, which helped to gain the tag of one of the most beautiful. This gown is often cited as the pinnacle of the royal extravagance and craftsmanship that you can have. Fashion writers marveled at the intricate detail and impeccable construction. Valentino's team used 12 types of lace and countless pearls to achieve a rich, textured effect. Vogue noted that as a bespoke creation that was both romantic and grand, befitting a crowned princess. And despite the ornamentation, the dress maintained an elegant silhouette that flattered the bride's figure. The media dubbed the wedding the society event of the decade, and Marie Chantal's gown was the awe-inspiring centerpiece. Vogue lauded it for its fusion of traditional bridal elements such as lace, pearls, long train, with high fashion luxury, calling the dress iconic that day and stuff of royal fantasy. At the ceremony, audible gasps were reported when Marie Chantal entered. The pearl-studded gown glistened under the lights, leaving guests and fashion commentators enthralled. Valentino himself later reflected that the bride was, quote, so beautiful and full of enthusiasm, making it a pleasure and an honor to create her dress. Today, the gown is enshrined in royal fashion history as one of the most opulent royal dresses ever made, still frequently referenced for its unparalleled detail and princess-worthy drama. Next, we have Princess Caroline of Monaco's wedding dress. At just 21, Caroline turned to Marc Bonin of Dior to create a romantic fairy tale bridal look. The result was a dainty lace wedding gown with sheer bell sleeves, a high Victorian collar, and decorative floral embellishments, paired with cathedral-length veil. The delicate ivory lace was layered over the silk undergown, and a coordinating lace shawl was worn for the religious ceremony. The gown expectedly blended old-world romance with 1970s bohemian flair, earning a tag of one of the most beautiful royal wedding dresses. Commentators raved over the sheer sleeves, the romantic veil, and the decorative embellishments, calling Caroline's 1978 dress one of the most classic royal wedding dresses for its dreamy, timeless aesthetic. The abundance of fine lace and feminine details paid tribute to Grace Kelly's iconic style while showcasing Caroline's youthful charm. The wedding was a glamorous affair with royal stars and European royalty in attendance. Caroline's lace ensemble enchanted the public. Images of the blushing bride twirling in her lace shawl under Monaco's sun while splashed across magazines. Fashion media then and now often include Princess Caroline's gown in the list of top royal wedding dresses, noting its romantic elegance. Decades later, it remains beloved for its fairy tale quality. As Tatler noted, the gown's romantic veil and lacework cemented its status as a timeless classic among royal weddings. And at number 1, we have Queen Sylvia of Sweden's royal dress. Sylvia chose a sleek, high-neck wedding gown by Marc Bonin of Christian Dior, crafted from luxurious Dutchy silk satin. The dress featured long sleeves and a full skirt and flowing, sprawling train, deliberately simple to let her heirloom Brussels lace veil take center stage. The minimalist design, accented only by the exquisite lace veil and the historic cameo tiara, gave Sylvia a regal yet understated bridal look. The gown's clean, ultra-sleek lines and classic silhouette embody timeless elegance. Fashion observers praised how the pared-back dress provided the perfect canvas for the antique veil and glowing, glittering royal jewels, achieving an ideal balance between tradition and modern simplicity. Sylvia's defined style and dignified ways was widely admired in the media, especially as her confident pose brought the ensemble all together into life. At the time, the wedding was a major event, and Sylvia's dress was seen as the epitome of 1970s royal chic. In retrospect, it's often cited as one of the most elegant royal gowns, a timeless, traditional look that set the standard for Scandinavian royal brides. Fashion historians note that the gown's restraint and refined tailoring gave it a classic royal aesthetic that remains influential even decades later. Queen Sylvia's bridal style is fondly remembered for its gracious simplicity and how it highlighted her natural grace on Sweden's biggest day. With this, we end today's video. We'll be back with a new one shortly. Until then, happy watching and do subscribe to our channel if you still haven't.